Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm K9 Vermilion, and today we are going to be talking about the noxious draw, or probably any other lucky draw you would expect out there on Call of Duty Mobile. Now, let me just switch that up on my screen right quick. So, yeah, here it is. As you can see, I purchased the entire pool. If you noticed, I would probably have like a low count of subscribers. So if you haven't seen in my video wherein I purchased the rest of the pool, I'll put a link down in the description down below so that you can click it and maybe watch that video before you watch this one. But here it is. With all of its glory, I purchased the entire pool. And basically, how the entire thing works is depending on you. But on me, when I purchased every single one of these skins, including the character, if you ask me, I like the Witch Doctor. I love it with all of its glory. I love the way how it looks. But the problem here is this. This is kind of my problem. Now, probably some of you are going to comment, if there are enough viewers to comment, asking or maybe saying, why don't I like the gun? Well, here's why I don't like the gun. In game, the gun looks pretty cool. As long as you have your settings set on high or above high, the effects and graphics on the gun is perfect, spot on. I could say it's worth. But visually, as basically every other gun or every other person on Call of Duty Mobile, basically just like me, buys gun skins because they look cool. Now I know it's kind of a weird setup of a mentality we have there, but typically I buy skins because I like on how they look. And looking at this gun skin, yes, it looks different from the original PDW 57. And yeah, it does look cool if you ask me. I like the effects. I like the graphics on the gun. What I don't like is typically it looks very similar to the original. How do I say that? Well, if we go over to SMG types and then find another PDW, there it is. Basically, on the original PDW, they just removed the somewhat of a trigger guard. They removed the trigger guard and basically added that little canister at the front. But without the foregrip, it looks very similar. And trust me, it does look similar. Now, are there any differences on stats? Well, on Call of Duty Mobile, stats don't really change depending on the skin. They don't change at all. Besides to that fact, the Toxic Waste skin for the PDW 57 has extra ammunition. It broadcasts with special effects, of course. And of course, overwhelm the enemy with toxic waste, which is basically kind of a thing for legendary weapons at Call of Duty Mobile. It gives you extra effects whenever you kill your enemy, kind of a normal deal. But other than that, it gives an extra bullet for every double kill you have. Yeah, if you're a ranked player and you like being alive every now and then, maybe I could say this is a good deal, but yeah, spending wise, not so much. Okay, now that's the gun. Here's actually the character. The character is not really bad if you ask me. It's not that good as well because I would have liked it if he was wearing something different, maybe, a leather jacket. I mean, I know he's wearing a leather jacket right now, but what I'm trying to say is maybe he opened that leather jacket. I don't know. That's my thing. Depends on some of you, but I liked him better if he's a little bit different, a little bit skinnier maybe. Something that could fit the horror of a witch doctor. Or maybe a robe. A robe would be fantastic on this character skin. 100% a robe would have been fantastic. But, you know, the exoskeleton really adds to that more aggressive feel, to that warlike witch doctor. Now, what else did I get on the pool? Well, in order to do that, we need to go back to what the hell? No, don't quit the game. We need to go back to the noxious combat rig. Yeah. So, what else did I get from the pool? I got the UL-736, which I believe is an LMG. Of course, we got that choked up emotion, which is kind of a cool thing if you ask me. Every time I would win a certain game and then I'm the MVP of that game, I am, well, showing off this little emote. Something that can get the kids to join. Next is the Warlock call card. The call card has been released at Season 7, and yeah, it's been a good thing ever since. People get to see what you were able to unlock, and that's a good thing if you tell me or ask me. Next is the knife, which has the epic contamination skin. Yeah, it does have that zombie bloody effect, like on the last blade. I forgot what it was. The last night, knife. I'm getting stuttering everywhere now. Next is the frag grenade. Also has the contamination skin. And of course this, which is a avatar card, which you can change to, basically it's your profile picture. Next is the frame. This actually I like, because this, compared upon other profile changing platforms or profile changing items that you get in game, this is very nice. I like the way that the effects just round up. And actually, from past lucky draws, you get to get the frame if you complete all three. So let's say, like on the past combat rig, which was the Cordite 0G. The Cordite 0G required you to have the grenade, the knife, and the gun. When you have all three of them, you have like a buff, and then it gives you the frame for free. You don't have to spend for the frame, but basically, in order to get the frame, you need to get all three of them, including the legendary skin, which is, of course, kind of a big of a drawback because you need to buy all of it. Now, of course, the last thing that I got is actually the backpack, which also has the contamination skin. So yeah. So, was it worth it? Yes, actually it kind of was. Here's why. Some of you already purchased the skin, and some of you are using it by now. But here's one thing you didn't notice. This gun skin actually has a little bit more accuracy and a little bit more or less of a recoil than the original PDW. Furthermore, I like the ability for it to have more ammo. It's worth it, especially for me. I don't really camp in game. I rush in game. But sometimes, whenever I feel like it, I run away. As long as I feel like it, I run away and don't turn back. That's because I know I'm about to die, and of course, that extra ammo for every double kill is a good start. You're gonna have a lot to think about. But that being said, it is not worth it to buy it from this pool. You can understand by now on my screen, you'll probably see how much price I've paid for this weapon. And for the entire pool, I paid for like 2,800, right? That shouldn't be a big deal. I mean, yeah. trick your mother. No. The 2800 was just the gun alone. Yep. For every bits of shit in this pool, there's a lot to take in. Like for example, the starting of the pool was 20 CP. And then it raged up to 50 CP. And then it raged up to 80 CP. And then it went to 120, and then 320, and then kept on increasing up to 2800 CP. Makes any sense? Haha. You're probably saying, no, it's actually very cheap because it's only 2800 CP. No, 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 mister. It's actually just the gun that costs 2800 CP. I had... Hold on. Let me press this real quick. There you go. You all know I'm from the Philippines, and probably the 10 subscribers in my account know that I'm from the Philippines. And you can fully see how much the 8000 CP cost. It would be somewhere on the lower right corner of the screen. You would see worth 8000 CP is actually the price of 5,600 Philippine pesos. Quote, 4,000 Philippine pesos is equals to $100. So I had to spend more than $100 just to get the 8000 CP. Of course, there's 2800 CP free when I purchased this, especially when it's from the Google Play Store. But there are some, like my friend, who thought it was a little bit more cheaper when he purchased it from the Garena Play Store or the Garena Store, the Garena Shop or Top Up Center. No, it's not cheaper, and I'm gonna probably say that or probably make a video out of that. It's not cheaper, it's much more easier to buy from the certain Play Store or App Store of the platform you're using. For example, you are using iOS. Then just buy using the App Store of iOS. You're using Android. Use the App Store of Google Play Store. If you're using a Huawei device, yeah, the chances are you're not gonna be able to download the Garena type. You're not going to be able to download the COD Mobile by Garena. You're only going to be able to download the Call of Duty Mobile. That's it. It doesn't say by Garena, because the by Garena version is actually only on the iOS and Android Play Stores. I don't know if Huawei is gonna add that to their app gallery, but I assure you I'm also using the Huawei Nova 7i, and it's the best phone I've purchased for this year. No, it can't download crap. I had to download the APK file. The problem with downloading the APK file is every time I want to update the game, it fucks me up. How? Well, my friend, let me tell you a little secret. Every time you update an application, and then your phone is not made for that application, it changes the files. On short terms, it overrides the files you've downloaded. So if you downloaded the APK file for the CODM by Garena, by the time you update, it's no longer going to be by Garena. It's just going to be Call of Duty Mobile. It doesn't say by Garena. So, if there are any 2 or maybe 3 users that are probably watching my videos, because I don't have that much subscribers anyway, there's a probability that you're using a new Huawei device. No problem. Let me just point out that you can download Call of Duty Mobile by Garena onto your device. The different thing about it is every time there is an update, even though it's just a 6 megabyte update, do not forget to uninstall your application and then re-download a new APK file. Do not, and I mean do not, update it in-game. Because by the time you do, it won't be by Garena anymore. Trust me, you don't want that. Trust me, you don't. Anyway, so I'm gonna end the video somewhere here. I'm gonna add a couple of clips of the PDW57 toxic waste skin. Of course, you're you probably want to see it, even though I posted a couple of videos about it. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, especially subscribe to my channel, share it to your friends and families, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I am K9 Vermilion, and I'm signing out. Thank you so much for watching.